Welcome, everybody, back to the one, the only, the Sammy's and Beer podcast, live here on this Wednesday, October 16th, 2024. We appreciate you all so much for stopping by. We've got an action-packed show involved for you. Lots of amazing things to go over. Lots of good stuff to chat about. So, it should be a fun next hour. If you are joining us on one of the platforms, we are live on Twitch. If you would like to chat with me, if you would like to chat with Thomas, he is live on YouTube. So you can see us both, chat with us, tell us your thoughts. And if you say something interesting, we might even respond.
I did say in the YouTube description, this one's for Corn.
Nice.
So, just so he knows. He knows that we know that he knows.
Fair enough.
Yeah, duh. But yeah, today is a simple, easy, breezy, beautiful cover girl kind of podcast. If you even want to call it that. Oh, okay.
Hope you're already choppy.
I don't know if that's my fault this time, because my internet's running great.
You said that last time, and you've been trying to push it off onto me. But Corn said, and he was even chatting with you on YouTube.
That's true. I don't know, man. I'm hardwired in. Like, there's nothing else I can do.
Maybe it's not the internet, but the operator.
I know how I would cause it to, like, do that.
I have no idea.
Well, we'll try our best.
Maybe it's not.
Let me see. Yeah,
That we will.
I don't know. Maybe because I live in the country. For now.
Maybe. Maybe you just don't have the packet.
We were hit with devastation today, though.
Oh?
My hot sauce broke in the driveway, so I don't have a hot sauce today.
That's devastating.
It is. I got nothing, unfortunately, but that's okay. Because it was kind of fucking lame anyways, I'll be honest with you.
I believe it.
Yeah. I tried. But yeah, today we're going to talk about some family traditions people have for Halloweens. I know you guys have a start of fall tradition that I really like. Like a lot. And then I wanted to talk about something that I've noticed. And I don't know if we've talked about this before. But like, people need to be more rough with their children, specifically their boys.
Yeah.
And we'll get into that too.
Okay.
But those are my two talking points. And the fucking dreams I've been having at night have been wild. So.
Wild dreams.
Yeah. Not getting a lot of sleep. Weirdly enough, so I started taking Lion's Mane, the supplement. I think it's a mushroom, whatever. And I started it.
It is 100% a mushroom.
I started it, and I didn't notice any differences. And then after like 2 weeks, I noticed like, oh, I got a little more energy. It's not like a noticeable amount, right? It's not like crazy. But it's
you
like,
just said you noticed it.
I mean, yeah.
So it was noticeable.
It was a subtle difference. And it could also be because I'm working out every day again, or because I'm getting more sun, which I am, or there's a million other reasons it could be. It could very well not be this pill that I got at a fucking supplement store of mushrooms. But it's the big thing that I've noticed is that I've been having the fucking craziest dreams. And some of them have been really fucking cool, right? Like, we're talking being a helldiver, jumping in and slaying motherfuckers. Like, they're all very vivid and very, like, it's a lot. And And then I guess it turned ahead in the negative way because I had a lot of really positive dreams, including a dream about my old dog who passed away, and like I distinctly remember like feeling her fur and like smelling her, like it was so awesome, very therapeutic. But I guess it turned around on me last night, and I kept having a nightmare that wouldn't end last night. Corn, I'm in another room in the house. Better lighting, should be better internet. We'll see. But yeah. So the dream was very consistent. Someone was trying to break. It wasn't like a ghost dream or anything like that, like anything weird. It was someone was trying to break into the house. Oh, shit. Well, that's what I get for mentioning the internet. Someone was trying to break into the house, and each and every time I would like shoot up and like run to where I heard the noise from, and either I was still in the dream, or I would see somebody, and then I would really wake up, or I would run there because I was actually awake and there's nobody fucking there.
That'd be weird.
It fucked me up. I was up all night because of it last night. Like, tired as fuck. But yeah.
It happens.
Does it?
It happens. Yeah.
It's never happened to me before.
Yeah, I think it's... Before we get too deep into that, just because you don't take your shot doesn't mean I'm not going to.
That's fair.
So, like, I don't know why you got to put your poor planning onto me. I have mine ready to go.
I'm proud of you.
In my Lego Batman cup. Drink anyway, so joke's on you, brother. My shot is to excuse me, my football team. We just finished our season yesterday, and yeah, it was a fun season of tackle football. Cheers to the whole team, coaches, parents. It's a lot of work. Love y'all.
So you're telling me you're free?
No, I still have the other team that I coach.
Shit. Never mind.
And I'll do this one just for you, Cord.
Is that a Sprite?
A Sprite Zero.
Oh, sorry. Excuse me.
It's funny how some of those zero sodas, like, you taste them and they're really, like, not that different. Like, the Sprite Zero, I don't think tastes hardly any different than regular Sprite. Or...
Gatorade Zero. Same thing. The powder tastes the fucking same.
The Gatorade, I will say, the Zero just tastes a little bit more watered down, in my opinion.
Which, I always water down my Gatorade anyways, so I guess that's why I didn't notice a difference.
Or, like, I drink Wild Cherry Pepsi Zero, or if you go, like, Cherry Coke Zero. Solid drinks.
Really?
Hardly taste the difference between the two. But if you go to, like, a Pepsi Zero or a Coke Zero, there is definitely a distinct flavor difference. And I can't do those.
That's weird.
Kind of like, like a Coke and a Diet Coke. Like, they are very, very distinct tastes.
Can't do Diet Coke.
No, not even a little.
No. Like, spit it out. Like, this is fucking disgusting.
Well, I don't know if I'm a little girl like that.
You're a spitter.
I'm not.
At least we know Matt swallows. Anyways. Also, sorry, I've got mad acid reflux. Anytime I eat red meat or tomato sauce, every time now. Just like the hiccups and acid reflux.
Oh, yeah.
This shit blows.
Yeah. Welcome to getting older.
I don't like it.
Like, because you don't think about it, like, how people, when somebody says, I didn't sleep very good last night. Like, I used to be like you, and it was like, I'm the type of person that I stay up later than I should. And so my body knows, like, hey, if this guy closes his eyes, we've got like 4 hours to charge the batteries and we might be up again. It might be 10 hours, but more than likely it's going to be 4. So fucking get your shit done, move on to the next thing, and regenerate because we don't have much time. And so, like for me, I was never a consistent, doing the 7 to 8 hours of sleep. And now that I've gotten a lot more consistent with it, there's times where, like you said, you wake up and have a shitty night of sleep. And like the first couple times it happened to me, I was kind of like you, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
Yeah.
Like, am I dying? Like,
that's what it feels
is
like.
My heart okay? Is like, what is going on? Like the first time you wake up and you can't get back to sleep right away, you're like, what the fuck? And then you start like panicking and your brain goes into all the fucking stupid ways that it does.
Oh,
at least it was for me.
I remember the time I embarrassed myself in the 3rd grade. Like, this just stupid shit stored in there.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, yeah, but now, I mean, it's happened a couple of times now. And so now it's just kind of like, oh, well, what the fuck? Like, should I get up? Should I stay sleeping? Do I need to poop? Why am I awake right now?
Are you a morning pooper?
Yeah, generally.
Oh, gross.
It's better than having to like poop somewhere else.
Okay. Are you a person that doesn't like pooping in public? Actually, that's a better question.
Oh, I hate pooping in public.
What's wrong with pooping in public?
Everything.
It's just pooping. Everybody, literally everybody does it.
Yep. I understand that.
Except for girls. Girls don't poop.
Yeah, everybody does it.
Except for
and
girls.
I prefer not to do it in public.
I don't understand the holdup on that one.
One, the toilets are filthy.
They can be. They can also be really nice.
Most of the time, 80 to 90%, they're filthy.
As a man who has shit in a lot of public toilets...
Some little kid has gone in and peed all over the toilet seat. Even if that shit's dripped off, nobody's cleaned it. I know the type of people at the places you go into that are cleaning those bathrooms do not give 2 fucks. And if anything, they're using a little piece of toilet paper to fucking get the wetness off and then flushing it.
Don't ruin pooping in public for me, please.
Those toilet seats are fucking filthy.
Well, I put paper down, but still.
Yeah, that's just, it's way too much work.
I mean, when you gotta go, you gotta go. Like, there's no...
That, and like, at least at my house, somebody's got to come through several doors to interrupt me while I'm pooping, or it's my family. Like, in public, if there's a crazy person, that's the last place I want to run into a crazy person, is while I'm trying to fucking pinch one off.
All right. So I have explosive shits consistently, right? Like, pretty consistently.
Yep.
At least half the time, if not more. And something that I get a major amount of joy out of is having a very loud explosive shit in a public restroom when people are in there. It brings me physical joy.
Say what?
So I have explosive shits.
Yep.
I love it when people are in the restroom with me and I have explosive shits. It brings me physical joy.
See, I'm the opposite. Like, I wait for somebody if somebody else walks in while I'm like know that I'm gonna rip one off. Like, I will wait till they flush the urinal so that way I can mask the sound with the urinal. Oh yeah.
I bear down if I know someone's in there. Like, I want it to be as loud as possible. Like, I've had people giggle.
Yeah, I believe it. I'm not saying it's not true.
I've also had people like gag. It's hilarious. Maybe it is an exhibitionist thing, Corn. I don't think it is, but maybe. I get joy out of it. It makes me laugh.
I also
farts are funny.
I don't like making other, like, I consider public spaces like for everybody, and so I don't want to ruin public spaces for other people.
That's what it's for.
So
it's what it exists
it's
for.
not.
It is. It's a restroom.
It is not.
It's a restroom.
I didn't say that.
It's made to have the shits in.
Emergency.
No.
It's there for an emergency.
It's there for convenience, and it's my convenience.
No, not convenience.
Absolutely.
There is nothing convenient about any public restroom.
Buc-ee's has some pretty convenient restrooms.
The only way it's somewhat convenient is if they have a full room closed off with just a toilet in it.
Bucky's. I don't get that.
Then I don't understand why we decided to put half walls and shit in our fucking public restrooms.
I think it's to stop homeless people from sleeping in the restrooms.
Why? They can still sleep in them.
I mean, yeah, but you can.
You can open a door and see them sleeping.
I mean, yeah, but one's more surprising than the other. I don't know. So people stop fucking in restrooms? I don't know.
How is that stopping them? I went to a Euro place a couple days ago, and their restroom was actually outside of the building, and you had to go around the back and in through a separate door. Like it was his own separate area. I'm like, God, this is fucking old.
That is weird. It's like an outhouse.
Yeah.
We as a society have been spoiled with where we can poop.
Spoiled?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like having our own bathrooms?
Yep. Absolutely spoiled. We used to
Your
just
plumbing being spoiled.
we used to just shit in the woods, and it was good for the earth. And now we have whole sewer systems lined up just for pooping.
Was it good for the earth?
It was. It's fertilizer.
Have I ever told you the funniest pooping story I've heard?
No, but I'm so down for it. And I know poop grosses you out, so I'm not going to talk about this much longer.
Well, we're not talking about the act of doing it. We're talking about the space, so I'm good. Or like ladling it out of a bucket.
That was fucking disgusting.
That's the worst thing ever. But, so, there was this, I think it was a Reddit that I read,
Love that.
and this guy had eaten a bunch of fresh tomatoes. And he was staying at his sister-in-law's or something, and they had a garden. And he got up in the morning and had to shit really bad. Well, both bathrooms were taken, and he was waiting and couldn't get in. And finally, he either had to go shit somewhere or fucking shit himself. So he went onto their garden and took a shit. Left, came back like a year later, and they're sitting there and they were all eating tomatoes, and they're like, yeah, it was the craziest thing. We never planted tomatoes, but they just appeared this spring. And so we've just been loving the tomatoes. And he ate fresh tomato seeds, shit them out, and now these people were eating his shit tomatoes.
I remember that Reddit story. It was a salsa that they made from their own tomatoes.
Is that what it was?
It was shit salsa, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to work. That's how that
It
works.
really is. I get it, but I just don't want to know it.
I guess.
That, and you know what the other worst thing about public restrooms is?
Tell me.
The toilet paper.
Oh, agreed. Yeah, no, completely agree on that one.
Like, that alone is enough to just fucking give you swamp ass.
Yeah.
Let alone, you know.
No, we do agree on that. The one ply kind of ruins my ass, for sure. Which, have you used the dude wipes yet?
No.
So get the menthol or mint dude wipes. You will never feel as clean as you feel after you wipe ever again. That is like peak wipe material.
And I don't need my butt wet. Unless I've got raging diarrhea.
It dries out.
Yeah, but I still don't want it wet.
It's an alcohol-based wetness, so it dries out like really fast. Think of hand sanitizer. How fast your hands dry with it?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying and how fast it's going to dry. I still don't want it.
I like it. And with the minty freshness, it's like my butthole smoked a Newport. It's amazing.
Yeah. That, and Corn brings up a good point of somebody taking a iconic shit next to a toilet. How many spots in the bathrooms that you go into, public restrooms, do you think have had shit on them?
Oh, most of them. At least.
Most. Yes.
Doesn't really bother me. I guess it should, but it doesn't.
Yeah,
I've seen a man shit across a room.
that's gross.
Yeah, it was a fecal impaction. Once we got it out, it went,
Oh, I thought you meant like you were in one side of the room and he was on a toilet in the other side.
No, this guy
In prison.
This guy was legitimately sick. I think he died. Well, whatever. All right, Matt. Give me your Halloween traditions. What do you guys do?
Halloween. Well, obviously, since we have kids now, we take the kids trick-or-treating.
Mm-hmm.
We've got kind of usually the wife takes them out first, and I stay home.
Okay.
I've started a couple of different traditions with that at the house, where I'll usually get like a 30-pack of Busch Light,
Love the Bush Latte.
and any adults that walk by can also get a trick-or-treat.
But with a Bush Light?
It's free beer. They can fuck off if they don't want it.
It's free beer. We do something similar, but we do free shots.
Well, I'm not looking to fucking take 15 shots with people, but if you walk up and somebody says, because if you walk up and somebody's like, oh, do you want a shot? They're like, yeah, you going to take one with me?
That's
Whereas
true.
if you walk up and you're like, oh, do you want a Busch Latte? And I'm like, I've got mine right here.
I guess that's fair. So every year we get the 99 bucket, and we hand those out
Familiar?
to the parents.
Fair enough.
All the good ones go real fast, and then we're stuck with cinnamon, mint, and banana for a while.
The mint's not bad.
Is it not? I've never had it. I've never been that down bad.
It's like Rumple Mints, or make like some hot chocolate and pour it in there.
Okay. Oh, that does sound good. We have like 5 of them, so that might be the move come next month.
Yeah.
And then this year she wants to do what we call the Witch's Cauldron, which is a drink that we've come up with that's green, and it has a lot of tequila in it, and like with little disposable Dixie cups and the cooler you pour it out with.
I also like to do full-size candy bars.
Oh, that's right. You only get a certain amount though, right?
I mean, I buy enough to make it last.
Interesting. Do you get to pick like which kids get the full size candy bars, or do they all get it?
They don't get a full-size candy bar. They get to pick which one they want.
That's crazy. You're like the good house.
You buy them at Sam's Club. It's really not that expensive when you think about it. Like, we were there this last weekend and we spent $20 on 30 full-size candy bars. So we don't get like 200-300 trick-or-treaters. Like, usually 100 would probably be. I bet we get 60, 70 trick-or-treaters maybe.
Yeah, we get
maybe
a lot more than that.
And so it's not like I'm spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars, I'll go spend $80 and I'll get 120 candy bars and have plenty left over for myself.
That's cool though. And you're known as the house that hands out the full-size candy bars.
Well, we've done it 2 years in a row now.
Guess who's not getting egged? You.
So I do like that. That is another tradition that I've started. I've done it for 2 years in a row. I predict how good the economy is based off of how many full-size candy bars my kids get.
That's pretty fair. So they're not getting any this year, I don't think.
Probably not,
No.
other than the ones that I'm handing out.
They're going to get the strawberry candies that no one knows where they come from.
Homemade cookies that you're not allowed to eat because,
Toothbrushes.
yeah. This year we did get Pokemon cards to hand out as well.
Oh, kids are gonna fucking go nuts over that. That's smart.
So
I never thought about that. I might do that actually.
you can get them at Costco for like $25 for
You see that new
a
game
bunch of them.
that exploded? Trading card game card shop owner. Whatever the official. It's literally owning a card shop, but there's a mechanic where you open cards. You find a rare card, you could sell it for a lot of money to run the shop with, And
Fair enough.
holy shit, it blew. People are still fucking going crazy over it. Hundreds of hours into just. There's a mod out for their Pokemon cards, and it's realistic. It's fucking nuts. Like,
Yeah.
I never understood, and I love nerd stuff. I love Pokemon. Like, I love all of it. I never understood the card thing.
Pokemon cards. I still, like, we went to a card convention a couple of weekends ago, and it baffles me.
Me too.
Like, it's almost like to me, it's just art. It's just worth what somebody else is willing to pay for it, and like, but you've got just basically these companies that are like, hey, we're gonna only make 5 of these, and we're gonna slide them in fucking Willy Wonka style chocolate bars, and we're gonna make all of our money basically convincing you that there's 5 of these, and
It worked.
oh, it's worked. It still works.
If
Baseball cards have been around for hundreds, or like 100
I
years.
was gonna say hundreds. Logan Paul. If you're Logan Paul, you'll spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on a necklace with a Charizard card in it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a craze. Personally, I don't get it, but to each their own, right? If that's your hobby, that's your hobby.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting one. But yeah, for Halloween, that's about the extent of it. But I'm not a big like Halloween, I don't put up Halloween decorations. In fact, I find Halloween decorations to be quite overkill.
I like them.
Like I find it a super weird thing to decorate.
I like it.
I find it a super odd thing to do for people.
Really?
Yeah, why do you want fucking skeletons all over your yard?
Now, I disagree because I have very fond memories of trick-or-treating with my friends and like especially being like a little kid and being scared of some stuff that people have out there. And you have to go through it anyways to get the candy because the candy's worth it. You know what I mean? Like granted, I'm not crazy over it.
Most people don't do that kind of stuff. Most people just throw like these new fucking all the rage skeletons that are 8 foot tall out and throw a bunch of other skeletons and it's like, oh, I've got skeletons burying a body and
that's funny.
Skeletons walking their dogs.
You know what's even better than
it's
the skeletons?
Funny. What?
Inflatable Halloween decorations. I know you really love that.
Yeah, super awesome. Like, I just consider it like consumerism at its worst.
I don't think it's that.
It really is. Like, people just have nothing better. Like, because have you seen some of the prices of the skeletons and shit?
Yeah, like, okay, Spirit Halloween, what they charge for their stuff, fucking crazy. Absolutely agree.
I'm saying you could even go to, like, Lowe's, and to get, like, one of just, like, a regular skeleton is, like, $60.
That is a little crazy.
Like, do you know how much the tall ones are?
$300.
Yeah.
I know. I bought one.
Yeah. You're a fucking idiot.
I bought it for my girlfriend, but yes.
I'm well aware of the whole thing. I know it all. And I still think you're an idiot.
It made her happy. Do you also hate Valentine's Day?
Yeah, of course I do.
Interesting.
You know, you want to know what else, though?
What?
People don't put fucking yard decorations up for Valentine's Day.
True. Well, in the same vein, I mean, Christmas. People decorate for Christmas.
What does Christmas represent?
It's a pagan holiday about apple trees.
Why do we celebrate Christmas?
It's a pagan holiday about apple trees.
That's why we celebrate Christmas?
That's why the ornaments are red. Yeah.
That's why what?
The ornaments are red because they're apples on an apple tree.
Oh.
That's why we do that. It's pagan.
That's why we celebrate Christmas?
Yeah. St. Nicholas is a pagan god. I don't know if you know that or not.
He's not.
So it is a pagan holiday. I know it's about the birth of Christ, even though that's not the actual day of the birth of Christ. They used that significance culturally to take over that pagan holiday, just like how they used All Saints Day to take over Halloween.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
You are 100% correct.
I mean, it's interesting. I don't get where the whole gift giving and Santa came from, but I'm not going to complain. I think that's some of the coolest memories I have as a kid with my parents.
Well, I think it's an important lesson just teaching you to be generous, and because it's not supposed to be about getting presents, it's about giving presents
As you mature, especially, too. Yeah.
and bringing joy to others
Agreed.
and being with family.
Well, Thanksgiving's more about family for me, personally.
You are a lying sack of shit.
I see.
Thanksgiving is about turkey.
I see more of my family on Thanksgiving than I do Christmas.
Well, whose choice is that?
I mean, I have a lot of family. I don't know.
And it maybe just works out for your family that they all get together with your side of the family for Thanksgiving, and then they go spend Christmas with the other sides.
I think that's how that typically shakes out. Yeah.
You know,
Not that I'm complaining. Thanksgiving's the best goddamn holiday on the planet.
what is?
Thanksgiving. Oh, yeah. I know you love the 4th of July, but Thanksgiving is the best holiday.
It's because 4th of July is the best holiday ever made.
I mean, it's one of the... It's the... I'd say it's the
The
second
best
best.
holiday ever made.
I'd say the second
It is
best.
the best holiday ever made.
Is it better than Juneteenth? I don't know.
It's the dead of summer. You get a license to drink all day long.
I don't think
You
I
can
could
make
do that.
whatever food you want. And while drinking, you get to blow shit up. And nobody can bitch at you about it, because if they bitch at you about it, they are a Karen on that day.
They're not an American.
And you get to tell them as such. 4th of July is the best holiday ever.
It's a good one. Don't get me wrong. I like it. But Thanksgiving's still better.
How is Thanksgiving better? Give me examples. Prove to me that Thanksgiving is better than 4th of July.
Literally just for the turkey alone.
So make a turkey on the 4th of July.
No, it's too hot outside. You can't eat turkey when it's
How
hot.
is it? Why?
Because it just doesn't... It's like eating soup in the summer.
So, do you not like soup in the summer?
No, I don't.
No? Then why do we have stew every time you come camping with us?
That's... You know... That's different.
For some reason, everything's just different for you.
It is.
Like, you've got your rules until you want to break them, and then they're different.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I won't purposefully make soup during the summer, but stew for me is a camping delicacy. I like making stews and soups during camping, like over an open flame especially. That makes me
You
happy.
didn't make it, though. You just heat it up.
I mean, I didn't make it at all. I don't know. I like it. Actually,
That's all I'm saying.
it finally got cold here yesterday, so I'm gonna make soup tomorrow. We're getting in it dropped to 73 today.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely soup season now. I had soup for supper tonight.
How cold is it?
Soup
over
and a
there
sandwich.
right now.
Like, right this minute?
Right now, right this second.
Cold enough that my wife broke down and turned the furnace on.
Ooh, she broke first. Damn,
She
she
did.
broke early.
She did. It's been cold. It's 53 right now.
Oh, it's 64 here. You guys
And
are
it's been
definitely colder.
like we had a freeze warning a couple days ago.
Uh-oh.
So,
God bless you.
it's, yeah. What Thanksgiving tradition, or not Thanksgiving, Halloween traditions do you have?
Always eat chili.
That's a weird one.
I don't know why. My dad has always made chili on Halloween. I don't know why. I don't have a reason. Nothing.
Does he like put it in a crock pot and then it's just ready to go?
No, he gets the portable furnace that attaches to a propane tank and makes like a cauldron's worth of chili. We're eating chili for like 4 fucking days.
Hmm. That does not seem like it would go well with a belly full of candy.
That's what he's always done. Now, when he like splurges and uses deer meat to make his chili, well, I don't give a fuck what day it is. I'll eat that shit any day of the week. That's so good.
Splurges and uses deer meat?
I don't know. I guess splurge isn't a good word for it. When he gets his whole hold of deer meat.
So you think deer meat is better than beef?
No. But it's better than pork.
Do you normally use pork in your chili?
No, do you?
No. We
Oh.
use beef.
I'm
We're fucking
not
normal
a
people.
huge fan of ground beef and chili.
What are you a fan of?
Cube steak.
Oh. Yeah, that'd probably be better.
It's way fucking better.
Yeah, I mean, it's steak.
Yeah, like it doesn't have to be a good cut of steak. It's like any kind of steak. It's just much better. Yeah, and then trick or treating. Obviously, when we were kids. Now, me and Holly, we like to make shots for people, for like the parents to take with them. She's really into the scary aspect of Halloween. So like all the stuff she does, she tries to be scary with it. That's why she's got that fucking Reagan doll that talks and its head spins and moves and shit. And I hate it so goddamn much. That thing is creepy as fuck. She likes stuff. She likes it to be scary. We will watch scary movies all month long. We'll watch scary videos all month long. You know, really dial in. I like scary stuff, but there comes a point where it's maybe a little too much for me.
What do you mean?
When I start like having bad dreams and stuff, because it usually takes a while for that to like kick in. But like when it starts happening, I'm like, I think I'm done.
What is your, like, what type of scary movies do you like? Because there's a lot of, I was unaware that there's a lot of genres.
Oh yes, subgenres like crazy.
Yeah, which is weird to me.
So I'm a fan of the good old slasher, right? Do love me a good slasher movie. I don't find them particularly scary, however. I just like them.
No, they're usually pretty dumb.
Oh, always pretty dumb. But my favorite is going to be a ghost story, maybe a found footage, but like ghost story horror movie. That's my The Conjuring. I loved it, and all the subsequent Conjurings afterwards. I don't know why. I find it pretty fucking freaky, and it gets me going. And then the subset of Ju-on, like Japanese horror, because the Japanese fucking nailed horror.
Of course, you're gonna fucking bring anime into this.
It's not anime. It's live action.
Sure, it's not.
Think of like The Ring, The Grudge, stuff like that. The Japanese really nailed horror. I don't know how, but they got it down pat for me. Nice and creepy, just fucking creepy looking. That's what I like. What about you, Matt? What's your favorite horror movie? Horror genre, subgenre.
If I'm gonna watch a movie like that, it has to be almost like a thriller. Like a thriller horror movie.
Okay, like
Signs.
ooh, that's a good one.
If something is going to truly scare me, I have to believe that it could happen. And obviously I've said I don't believe in ghosts,
But they believe in you.
paranormal stuff.
Yeah.
That's fine. They can. I'm real, so they can believe in me. They're not, so I don't.
Gotcha.
So like Signs, alien type stuff, that stuff is the stuff that I enjoy the most, just because it's more sci-fi.
Would you prefer like a serial killer then? Like a legitimate serial killer movie?
Would I prefer it? No, because I don't want to give credit to people that have massively murdered people.
That's fair. That's a good reason.
I really like, that's one thing I don't like all these like the Netflix special on like
Oh, Dahmer.
the Menendez brothers or Dahmer
Yeah,
or
that's fair.
Aaron Hernandez, and it's like I get it. I get the fascination by people, but I also hate the fact that we're like memorializing these people.
Romanticizing it.
Yeah. You know, like these people did horrible things.
Oh,
and I
agreed.
just, you know, one, if you want like a really like a sci-fi one of the scariest, well, it scared me when I was a kid. It's called Event Horizon.
That's a good one. That's a good movie.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, I've seen that.
That movie is fucking awesome.
That still holds up. That's a good movie.
I haven't seen it in years.
You should rewatch it, and you won't be as like freaked, but you'll still be like,
Yeah, like when they get locked out of the air duct and shit, and yeah, I mean, there's just so much.
well, space itself is just so fucking terrifying.
Right?
Even what was that movie with Matthew McConaughey?
Like the futuristic one.
Yeah, where he's an astronaut.
It starts with an I. I can't remember.
Interstellar.
Yes.
That still freaked me out at several points.
I was stuck on Inception, and I'm like, no, that's Leonardo DiCaprio. That's dreams and not scary.
Interstellar still freaked me out. It's certain, just like the concepts they were talking about freaked me out.
See, I find the concepts interesting, but yes, they are quite freaky.
Agreed. A good space horror I could definitely get behind. The Fourth Kind is a good sci-fi horror, but I don't think it's necessarily your kind of sci-fi horror.
It's Japanese, isn't it?
No, it's about a town in Alaska that has reportedly the most amount of missing people, and also the most amount of reports for abductions and UFOs and stuff like that. And so just like the twists and turns and like all the alien abduction stuff, they spin it in a very freaky way.
Yeah.
So it might be your thing, but it also very well might not be, because it's the realm of possibility for it vastly diminishes as it like progresses.
I will say, when I was a kid and watched the Blair Witch Project for the first
Ooh.
time, I thought that was freaky.
I love a good found footage movie.
Yeah. Just because that was like, that movie kind of made it perfect, because it was like just before the internet really blew up. And so it was like, now you would just, like, after you watch it, you'd Google it. Is this a real movie?
And the answer is always no. Like,
yeah. But back then, like, that's why I say 80 movies were so fucking on fire and so awesome when you were growing up, at least for me, because you believed in all that stuff, or all that stuff could be real. They were movies and stories, but you could always be like, it could have been a possibility. Like, there could have been a truck driver out there who was driving around and arm wrestling people for the world championship. You know, and he turned his hat around to go over the top. It was possible.
it might have been.
You know?
It could have been.
What I'm saying is it could have been. Those things could have been real. Like, that could have been the real world outside of your bubble.
Yeah. The realm of possibility,
As a kid.
believability. Agreed. That's why I liked Paranormal Activity so much
Yeah.
when it came out.
Uh-huh.
Now I've watched found footage movies since then, and I purposefully won't Google if it's true or not. Obviously, it's
That's because
not
they're
gonna
all
be true.
fake.
But
Like, honestly, you want to fucking make money, just start putting out videos about that kind of shit.
so that's actually been blowing up. So like the whole Ghost Adventures show that was really popular, and Zach Baggins and like Taps, and like they do all the investigations and stuff like that. Super popular, like Sci-Fi, whatever, FX. So now these YouTubers, totally popular, like streamers, gamers, they just do regular shit on the internet, have started buying the equipment and going to locations and ghost hunting, and just explode because of it. Because they reach a whole other audience that was recently untapped for them.
Yeah.
I think it's smart. I think it's fucking brilliant.
Well, yeah, I mean, because at some point you're going to run out of shit to do.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I mean,
and
that's kind of the beauty of being a gamer YouTuber, is that you don't really ever run out of shit to do because there's always new games coming out.
Yeah.
You know, but these guys have really been dialing in on it, and it's interesting. I like seeing it. What I really like is a lot of these new guys too will record the tour that they take beforehand, because most of these locations have tour guides. There's a lot of history to these places: Civil War, American Revolution, you know, stuff like that. Which you, by the way, you never hear about like an early 2000s ghost. They're always from like early 1900s, late 1800s. I want to hear about a guy who died in 2008 and is haunting this house at this location. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But seeing that is kind of cool too.
Thanks.
You know.
Thanks for also proving more points that ghosts aren't real.
Well, maybe we're just happier now, so we're not ghosts anymore. Apparently,
people are so much happier now.
Apparently, there's a chance that I get to have a drink with Teddy Roosevelt, his ghost, at my sister's wedding. They say they see old Roosevelt himself at the bar in the Menger Hotel all the time. So definitely going to take a shot to old Teddy again the next month.
Makes sense that they probably do.
Yeah. I don't know. There's that part of me that wants to make it be true just because it's cool and mysterious and kind of creepy. And then there's that part of me that when I'm at those locations, I'm like, God, I hope it's not fucking true. Jesus. I hope so. Like, I don't know. You get me?
Yeah.
And I want to...
When you get scared.
I do get scared. I get scared very easily with stuff that I don't, comprehend.
So you get scared by a lot of stuff.
I do so much stuff. Those new fangled soda machines that you press, like, the buttons, so I don't... Terrifying.
I believe it.
But yeah, I mean, I want to start traditions, obviously, when I have kids for Halloween, but I don't know what to do, so that's why I was kind of asking you if you had anything kind of cool.
Halloween, you're not going to really have traditions, just you're going to go trick-or-treating, somebody has to stay home and hand out candy, or you can be the house that puts out the bucket and says, take one, and, and then bitch about it when some kid comes up and takes it all. That's one thing that I fucking hate after Halloween. Like, you're too lazy to stay home and hand out candy, so you put a bucket out, and then you fucking want to shame people for coming up and stealing all your candy. Like, you put it out there, they get to do whatever they want. Fucking, I don't know.
Your sign has no
power. Be a bitch about it. Yeah.
Know the risks.
Like, you see I guarantee you, after Thanksgiving this year, or after Halloween this year, there's going to be a bunch of people posting videos on Facebook and TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this mom came up and stole all my candy. Yep. Who cares? You bought it to give away anyway.
That is true. But I guess it's an investment because you buy the candy to give away so that your kid gets candy. And so that someone else's kid gets candy.
Well, somebody else's kid got candy.
A lot of it. Apparently, fucking Matt's neighborhood's the one to go to because there's this old dude handing out full-size candy bars.
Yep. We're not the only ones. There's a lot of people that do interesting stuff. There's some groups that put together baggies and shit.
Oh, I've seen that. I think it's hey, if you're not doing much, and you want to put in the effort to make that kid's day special. Actually, it doesn't do anything to fuck kids don't give a fuck. It's
not even a little bit.
Yeah, they're just immediately, what's this trash? Give me the candy. But
yeah,
if that what makes you happy, then go for it, right? Like, be that mom or dad. Who cares?
Yeah.
Just don't be the motherfucker handing out toothbrushes. Like,
and hand out toothbrushes. Hand out fucking toothbrushes.
That's the house that gets egged. Did you ever egg or TP a house?
Yes.
Did you?
Of course.
What an 80s thing for you to do.
Did you not?
I TP'd. I never egged.
Egging was probably on the nicer end of things that I've done.
TP is pretty rough. Like, I remember TPing someone's house and then their parents getting super fucking mad about it, which is fair. You're a kid, you don't really understand what you're doing.
Yeah.
It was one ply. It dissolved with the rain. Like, it was fine.
We got kicked out of a party, so we went back and egged this girl's house.
Did like the people at the grocery store not like raise an eye at you buying like several dozen eggs on Halloween?
Dude, you think they fucking care?
I guess that's fair.
If you were a grocery store employee right now, let's say you took a part-time job at HEB and fucking 8 16-year-olds come in and buy 2 dozen eggs each. What are you going to do?
Give them a fist bump.
Yeah. Gonna be a fun night, huh, fellas?
Yeah.
Easter's not for a couple more months. Like,
That's a lot of omelets, boys.
Like, who cares?
What do you...
Don't fucking...
All right. Let me give you a hypothetical.
Okay.
You took a part-time job, right? Scanning, bagging. And someone buys a bunch of condoms and a bunch of really big cucumbers. What's the first thing that goes through your brain? That's
I
it.
want to talk to this motherfucker. You probably won't need to call 911. You should figure the number out for EMS before you do all this.
Put a pre get them out there early for you. You'd be surprised.
Attach a string.
Always flared bass, ladies and gentlemen. If you never take anything away from this podcast, please take away that if you're going to do it, I'm not going to judge you, but please, for the love of God, get a flared bass. Just please, for everybody, buy the dildo. Just buy it. Just spend the money, please. That is the most uncomfortable call ever.
I fell on the shampoo bottle.
You look him in the eyes, you're like, you both know. Like, I always try to get them to sneeze.
You've said that.
Yeah, sometimes it gets it out. Usually it doesn't. But, I mean, people are weird. People are fucking weird. There has never been a point in my life where I've thought about shoving a shampoo, anything, up my ass, actually, ever. I don't comprehend it, but whatever.
So here's a question for you.
All right.
Have you never thought about it because it grosses you out, or because you're scared that you'll like it?
Because it grosses me out.
Is that what it is?
It is. It's gross. Poop is up there. Like, you see the shits I take? It's not worth it. It's not.
So no rim jobs for you?
No.
I thought your generation was all about eating ass.
Oh, if it wasn't meant to be eaten, why did God cut it in half? Yes, that is a thing. Listen, just because I don't want one doesn't mean I can't give one if asked politely enough.
Weird fucking generation.
Yeah, we are. But whatever. I don't know. I'd like to start more traditions and stuff, but I just don't have any ideas. And I know it's easiest starting it, but like...
But don't have traditions like around holidays.
Okay.
Like, start other like weird traditions, like ours with like the first day of fall.
I like that one a lot. It's still kind of a holiday, but yeah.
It's really not. Like, who's walking around like, hey, happy first day of fall?
Literally every school teacher I've ever met, ever.
Well, yeah. And probably fucking Starbucks, because that's when they bring out
The pumpkin
spice.
I would like to have some. I remember back in the day when Blockbuster and Little Caesars were attached to each other. Once a month, a random day, it doesn't even have to be a weekend, it usually was, my parents would take us to go pick out a movie that we all had to agree on, and we'd get a couple pizzas, and that's what we did that night. And like, those were some of the coolest memories I remember ever having. You know.
But now you don't have to go anywhere. You just order pizza on your phone and rent a movie or spend 4 hours fighting over which movie anybody wants to watch.
Yeah. But it takes the magic out of it, you know?
Yeah.
The event. It was a thing that you went and did with them.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of miss that. Like a lot. I remember when they did Lord of the Rings and they hated it. They fucking hated Lord of the Rings, and I made them watch all 3 of them.
Well, yeah, it's 9 hours about 2 dudes fucking walking.
There's a lot of fighting. There's even an elf.
Can you name all 9 in the Fellowship of the Ring?
Probably not. And I've seen the movies dozens of times.
You can't name all 9 of them?
Frodo, Sam, Gimli, Legolas, Boromir. Not Boromir. Gandalf. Pippin. What's Pippin's buddy's name? I can see him. Aragorn. So I'm missing Pippin's friend. And who else?
I don't know who you've all said so far.
The dwarf, the elf, the human.
No, they have to have their names.
I didn't say Frodo, but that's 8. I just don't remember Pippin's the other.
Say their. I want to hear names.
Frodo, Sam, Gandalf, Gimli, Legolas, Gandalf.
You already said Gandalf.
Oh fuck. Frodo, Sam, Pippin.
Frodo, Sam, Pippin.
Frodo, Sam, Pippin, Gandalf, Legolas, Gimli. I already said Pippin. Aragorn. Whoever Pippin's friend is. Who's the other one? 'Cause Pippin and the dude go with the trees. Gandalf dies, but he doesn't really because he's an angel. I don't know. What are the other 2?
Merry
Yeah, okay, so that's the other Hobbit.
and Boromir. You said Boromir the first time, but you didn't say him the second time.
Wait, Boromir, that's... Oh, shit. Because he dies.
Yep.
That's why I'm not... It's fucking Sean Bean.
Yeah. Ned Stark.
Yeah, fuck. I had it right. I don't know why I thought Boromir was from The Hobbit. Well, they're in there.
I'm pretty disappointed in you for not being able to list the 9 Fellowship.
Merry is not in there for me. I don't know. I never liked Merry and Pippin's storyline, really. With the Treants and the Entwives.
Well, they had to do something to fill time. I mean, it couldn't be all fucking 9 hours of 2 fucking dudes just walking.
I mean, but... Like, Legolas and Gimli and Aragorn, all of their stuff was really fucking cool. Hence why their names are in here, right? But Merry and Pippin, like, man, I'd never really cared for it.
They had some decent storylines where, you know, the one went and the other Boromir's brother died saving the one. Or Boromir died saving the one, so he pledged himself to the king, and then the king was crazy, and you know,
well, he wasn't the king; he was the steward.
What? Yeah, whatever.
I have a lot of Lord of the Rings knowledge. It's just if I don't give a fuck about them, like I just don't. I like half watch the movie at that point. Also, just not very obsessive about it. I don't know. It's good. I like it. Don't watch the TV show. It wasn't very good.
I like the TV show a lot.
I didn't like it.
I did.
Did
you watch the second season?
About halfway through the first season, I was like, meh. Wasn't it?
See, I thought it was a good storyline.
I thought it was good in the beginning for sure, but then it just fell off for me. And maybe I just overdid it.
Yeah.
I'm not much of a binger, so that could have been it.
So. All right, but we are at time.
We are.
We must say goodbye.
Goodbye, Corn.
I don't know if Corn's still here or not. He hasn't said anything in a while.
He's in mine. I can see him.
Oh. But we thank you all so much for stopping by. It has been another fantastic episode of the Sammy's and Beer podcast, talking about some traditions.
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
Ghosts and how they're real.
Thomas doesn't know. more things that Thomas doesn't know about,
It's a lot.
and his strange fascination with the Koreans.
It was Japan, first of all. So, get your facts straight. Also, Korean horror is pretty good too, though. Won't lie to you.
So, all right. Any final words for the people?
Be the guy that hands out the full candy bars and not the toothbrushes.
Be the guy. You ain't him, bud. Toodles!
Goodbye.